Hi everyone, my name is Brittney Jones. I am an area manager and independent consultant with Arbonne, and I have been encouraged a lot to share my story and do a Gen Y Discover Arbonne for a lot of people I know in this business and a lot of clients and friends who have really been asking about my story. So I hope that what I share with you today is able to help you a little bit and shed some light on making a decision to join network marketing and the Arbonne business. So whoever has sent you this link, if you do have questions after, please reach out to them and ask them. They are the experts. They have experience in this business. They are able to answer those questions for you. And if someone didn't send you this link and you happen to found it, please find me. I'd be more than happy to answer your questions and help you work through some of your hesitations and some of your obstacles that you have to really joining this, because as you'll see from my story, I had a lot of them. So I kind of get where you're at with every level. I started my business over 2 years ago, and it's really funny because I never in a million years thought I'd be doing something like this. And I know that's what everyone says in this business, and it sounds sort of cheesy, and it's just so true. I had graduated with a business degree from Western University in Canada, and I thought I was like kind of the cat's ass. Like I had graduated in the finance industry, and then I had gotten a banking job, like a 9 to 5 real gig with a pension plan and benefits, and I thought I was made. I had my own office. Like I even had my name outside the office. Like that's kind of a big deal in the business world, right? I wasn't at some cubicle, and I thought I had it made. And really, I thought I had it made because that's what my parents had told me, and that's what my family had told me, that, you know, you're so lucky. Like you have a pension, and you're so lucky because you have benefits, and like we're so proud of you. And at the beginning, I was proud of myself too, and I started to learn a lot. And then I started to learn a lot about the corporate industry and what it really meant to have a 9 to 5 job. And it's really more stifling than you could imagine. I mean, everything happens 9 to 5, right? Like your doctor's office is open 9 to 5. The car mechanic is open 9 to 5. So guess what? Your boss doesn't care that your brakes need to be fixed, and doesn't care that your tires need to be changed, and doesn't care that you feel a little tickle in your throat and you think it might be strep and you need to go to the doctors. That all kind of annoys them because you're not there producing for them. So I found it all very, very stifling. I was 23 when I started in the banking. No, I was 21 actually when I started in the banking industry. I was young. I was advising people what to do with their money, and they were probably looking at me. I felt like, you know, what does this young girl know about anything about money? And I met a lot of great people in the industry, and it was funny because they used to corner me in the lunchroom and they'd be like, "Get out while you can." And I was like, "What? Like, I just got here. Like, what are you talking about?" And I was watching these women and men, and they were like counting down the days they had until retirement. Like, only 12,316 days left until retirement. And like, they all kind of joked about it. And literally inside, I felt like I was going to vomit. I was like, I just got here. Like, why are we counting down the days? Why are we only happy on Fridays? And why do Monday mornings suck in here? And why are people like racing to get out the door at 5 o'clock? And why are people's stress levels through the roof? No one was happy. Everyone was fighting over 2 weeks vacation. You never got the time off that you wanted. And then on top of that, I was watching all these great moms feel so guilty for having to leave to go get their kids from school when they were sick, and crying on their kids' first day of school, and like knowing that their kids were really upset trying to get on the bus this morning without their mom. And it was really hard to watch. And I mean, I didn't have kids. I couldn't really relate. I just knew that someday I wanted a family, and it wasn't going to be easy to have one in and around these lives. Like, kids are done school at 3 o'clock and you're there until 5:36. And 40 hours a week really meant 60 to only get paid for 40. And it soon became a very toxic environment. So I was kind of looking for something else, and I used to come home joking to my mom, like, I'm going to go work at Starbucks because they seem happy there. And don't they? Like, they do seem happy. And really, it came down to, at the end of the day, all I really wanted was to be happy. And it was funny because thought that having a pension and benefits was what was going to make me happy. And really, I was living, paycheck to paycheck, trying to pay off some student debt and then trying to like save for a house and grow up and start a real life. And like there was never enough money to cover it. And I just kept like remaking my budget after budget and being like, oh my gosh, this doesn't move. Like now I have to move my lifestyle. Like I can't live the way I once thought I was going to. Like going on vacation every year, that's not happening, let alone the fact that I only have 2 weeks vacation. Like there was a lot that was really, really starting to make me anxious. And I started to have to go to the gym every day because it was stressing me out so much. I was like, I can't believe this is what my life is going to be like. And I started asking people that were coming into the bank what they did. Like I was very genuinely interested. Like you're here in the middle of the day. What do you do? Like you're here at noon. What lets you come to the bank at noon? Like I was very, very curious. And at the same time, I was introduced to the products in Arbonne. So I had gotten invited to multiple Arbonne parties all kind of at once. And I went to my first presentation. Actually, I got tricked into going. I was at the gym on the treadmill and one of my girlfriends texted me and she's like, I'm having all the girls over tonight at 7. Can you come? And I was like, sure. And that was a great enough excuse to leave the gym early. So I left the gym, went right to her house in my gym clothes and walked into a full-fledged Arbonne party. And it's kind of hilarious because I was like panicking. I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't have money for this. Like $30 eye cream is not in my budget. I'm like, okay, what's the cheapest thing in this catalog so I can get the heck out of here? So I remember they passed out the catalogs at the beginning of the presentation and I was like flipping through the catalog. I didn't pay attention to a single word the lady said because I was so nervous about what I was going to buy and support this girl. And I didn't even have my Visa card with me. So I was like, what am I going to do? I literally bought the Calm Soothing Eye Gel, like the $30 eye geller, because like I was like, okay, Raquel, like what was your favorite product out of everything? And that's what I bought. And I do remember listening to the girl's story a little bit at the beginning that was doing the presentation. She was an RVP at the time. She didn't ask me to do this business, and I'm sure now that she recognizes who I am, she's probably kicking herself. And I remember thinking like, okay, like there's nothing super special about her, and I also love her and want her life. And I hosted a presentation though for my friend. I didn't realize she was starting her own business with this and I was like, oh, that's so cute. She's starting a little lipstick business. I'll get my mom and my grandma to buy some stuff from her and help support her and whatever. Like I hope she does well. So I had everyone over and then I started to actually listen to the presentation and was completely disgusted about what was in my products. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm throwing everything out. And I did that night and I just became a big product junkie. And I thought that I was going to buy these products for the rest of my life and make some Arbonne girl a lot of money. I had no intention of doing this business, mostly because I was afraid of what people thought of me and because I didn't think my parents would let me. And it's hilarious to say that, and it's so true. So then I started to meet more women that were doing really well in the industry in the city that I live in. And I know now what they were doing, but they were coming into the bank in the middle of the day and giving me samples. And I was like telling all the other girls at the bank, I'm like, yeah, don't worry, I'll get you a sample of that. No problem. They give them to me every time I ask. And of course they were. Like now I know what they were doing. They probably loved me. I was handing out eye cream samples left, right, and center. And then a girl I work with at the bank, she stopped me in the lunchroom one day and she had started her own Arbonne business. And she was like, Brittney, you know what? I think you should take a look at this business. You'll at least get a discount on your products and maybe make back, a few $100s that you're spending on products because you're literally spending a lot of money every month. And I was like, yeah, like in my head, I'm like, you know what, this makes sense. And at the same time, I was extremely offended. I'm like, I have a real job. I don't need this in-home party business. Like I have an office over there. Thanks, but no thanks. And I was really rude. And you know what? She was very persistent with me and she kept asking. And I'm so glad she did because I wouldn't be here today without her. And I actually made a slideshow presentation and my sister knows about this. She's in my business. And I made a slideshow of like, I studied Arbonne for a month before I joined it, like all the reasons why it would work and why it wouldn't work. And I knew this thing inside and out. And I made a presentation to show my mom because I was mostly scared of what her reaction was going to be. And I remember my sister like being like, okay, like go show them. So I was like, Mom, like I have something to tell you, like do you have a minute? And I like had my laptop ready for my presentation and she's like, okay. And I'm like, I'm going to do Arbonne. And she was like, great, I think you'd be good at it. And I was like, what? I was like, I just made this presentation. Like, what are you talking about? And I was like, kind of like mad that she wasn't mad that I was doing it. And I was like, huh, like, okay. So I started the business and I didn't really see what was possible or really believe that I had the potential to make a lot of money with this and really quit my day job. In the back of my mind, I really wanted to tell people that's what I was going to do. I was just so scared that I was going to fail and not do it and then be the girl that like said she was going to do it and then she never did. So I was like very, very in the closet about it at the beginning. I promoted to district manager and I had surpassed my bank income. And I was like, okay, you know what? Like there's something to this and I could go area manager and I could do this as just the next step. Like whatever, I'll just do it. And that's kind of how I started to grow my business. And 8 months later, I was able to leave my day job and do Arbonne full time, which is absolutely crazy. And I love every minute of it now. So I do want to just get into a little bit about this company and the opportunity that you're being presented with right now. And I hope that you're able to just sit back and just be open to what I'm saying here and actually listen to what I have to say. I know when I was very close-minded to it at the beginning, I didn't even really listen to what she was saying. So you know what? I'm not actually in front of you forcing you to do this business. So just take this and really listen to what's in front of you and ask yourself, is this something I could see myself doing? So I do just want to start, Arbonne's a 35-year-old company, and that means 35 years of strength and stability, and we're not going anywhere, and we're only growing our global opportunities now. We're in 6 countries now. I'm going to be launching in 7. Like, that's amazing. So where this company can go from here is absolutely astonishing. We are actually the same size as Clinique. Clinique is a $500 million company, and so is Arbonne. And Clinique has advertising, and they're able to sell in stores, and they're completely global. They're in way more countries than Arbonne is. And, Arbonne's the same size. So it just shows you the power of how great our products are and how amazing these opportunities are with this company. We're a Swiss formulated company, so that means that our products we distribute are basically following the European standards. So in Europe, they've banned over 1,300 chemicals in the cosmetic industry, saying that they're harmful to clients and they're killing clients, and we're no longer going to put them in our products. In North America, they've only banned something like 13 or 14. It's really low. So we just have a really long way to go. And all I'm doing is I'm distributing essential products that we already use. It's things that we already buy somewhere else. It's toothpaste, it's deodorant, it's shampoo, it's protein powder. Those are things that I was already buying, and I know that like everyone's showering and brushing their teeth. Like that's not a non-negotiable anymore. And these products are consumable, which means that people come back. Like when you're out of toothpaste, that doesn't mean you never buy toothpaste again. And when you run out of your bottle of shampoo, it doesn't mean you never buy shampoo again. Like you need these things over and over again, which means you don't need a new client every single time in this business, which is fantastic. We have some great people behind us in this company. So a couple of people I want to touch on is our CEO, Kay Napier. She's an amazing woman. She comes to us from Procter & Gamble. She was part of the women's division there. And she also was part of McDonald's Corporation. So when McDonald's had that Super Size Me fiasco and their shares dropped from like $110 a share to $11 a share, she was the one that came into the company. They brought her in and she developed the healthy living menus, like the salads and those healthy options at McDonald's, and brought their shares back up. Like a drop like that in a corporation, if you're a finance person and you understand that side of things, like that is incredible. And now we have her at Arbonne, and our growth has just been substantial since she's come to our company. We also have behind us a head formulator, which makes our products so amazing, and which what really is what makes us so different from everyone else. His name is Dr. Peter Matravers, and he comes to us from Neutrogena and Aveda. And he was formulating for Aveda and brought Aveda to an incredibly sized company, and then Aveda was bought out by Estee Lauder, and their ingredient policies were a little bit compromised, and he left there and came to Arbonne, and he's built some of the most incredible brands for us in our line, and he just continues to do great work, and he loves that he can blend the best of science and botanicals for our company. So we follow pure, safe, and beneficial standards, and what that means is that we take the best blend of science and the best of nature and the safest ingredients, and we bring you a product that is the safest and that has the best results for you, because we want to give you a product that's extremely safe and we want it to work. So it has to do both, and that's what Arbonne does for us. And basically, what we're doing is just a different distribution system. So, network marketing is just a different way of getting products in people's hands. So, the traditional retail way would be like you have the manufacturer, and then you have a warehouse, and then you have like distributors, and then you have like the stores and the people you pay at the storefront, and then the advertising and all of that to get the product into the end consumer's hand at the mall when you drive there to the mall and pick it up at the store and pay in exchange. And then they've got celebrities like endorsing these ads. And like, do you really think that Jennifer Aniston uses a Vino on her skin? Like, that girl's freaking gorgeous. Do you really think that Ellen DeGeneres is using CoverGirl makeup, like $5 mascara? I don't think so. And Beyonce is definitely not coloring her hair with a box dye. They pay these people millions of dollars to say that they use it and endorse their products. And by doing that, they have to increase the prices for the product for the end consumer. And everything gets jacked up along the way. And then when you go to the mall, a t-shirt that costs 30 cents to make is now $60. So that's a traditional retail way. That's the way we've been running corporations for a very long time. Things are switching now because they have to. Online shopping is greatly surpassing retail shopping. It's surpassed it for a few years now. All of us know how to shop online, and everyone and their grandmother is even comfortable doing it now. It's not weird that you have to buy things online anymore, and that's where we come in, and that's why network marketing is so fantastic. We are just an online store. So instead of going to the drugstore to get all my products and my shampoo and whatever, I now just buy them from my own online store. I log in as Brittney Jones, put the stuff in my cart that I want, that I know my whole house is going to use and that I'm going to use, and I get paid to use them now and paid to show other people how to do it too. So it's pretty amazing that that's what we do. So it skips all those other steps, and then we also don't have advertising. So what that allows us to do is actually take that money and put it back in the hands of the consultants and into great research and development for our products, and great environmental policies, and just run our business a little bit differently. So our compensation plan is pretty brilliant, and I want to talk about that next because most people are sitting there like, okay, but how much money do you actually make? So we have 4 levels of management. So you'd start out as an independent consultant, and the first level of management you move into is called district manager. You're going to make about $300 a month here, and $300 a month is great. That's exactly what I wanted in the beginning. I wanted to pay to be able to go to a naturopath, and I wanted to be able to make some money to buy my Arbonne products. Like, that's literally what I wanted at the beginning. That's a car payment. That's your cell phone bill, for doing very little work, like a few hours a week, just to be able to have that. Not bad. The average time to get there is about 1 to 5 months. On our team, we like to teach you and show you how to do it in 1 or 2. And why not? Why not move yourself up through the pay grid and get paid more money and get paid on your own products? You get paid to use Arbonne there. The next level of management is area manager, and that's where I'm at currently. And area managers make about $1,300 a month. Some make more than that, some make less than that. That average, I would say, is really low for what I do and what my team does. I mean, I place my bank income, so if that tells you anything. The average time to get there is 5 months to a year. I did it within the 5-month period, and completely doable. It's all at your own pace and how hard you want to work and what you want to put into this. This business is also willable at this point, which is kind of hard to wrap your head around. So if you have a family or people that you really love in your life, God forbid something were to happen to you, you're able to will this business to them, which is amazing. And then the next level up is regional vice president, which is really amazing. This is like life-changing income here. Regional vice presidents make anywhere from about $5,000 to $15,000 a month. And they also get the Mercedes-Benz cash bonus here. So you've probably heard about that with Arbonne. You get a Mercedes-Benz at a certain level. In Canada, you get $960 a month added to your paycheck. In the other countries, the amount's just adjusted depending on the dollar. And you get to pick any white Mercedes you want in your own name. Not bad for working part-time. It takes about 2 years to get there on average of consistently working this business. So 2 years where you're at right now in your day job or whatever you're doing currently, like 2 years from now, are they going to give you a car? Is that even possible in your compensation plan? It wasn't for me. It was unheard of, actually, in my industry. You had to be at like the top of the company to get something like that. And there's like 5 people at the top of the company. Like, not everyone was guaranteed that. This you're guaranteed. as long as you hit your volume. That's all you have to do. Like, so me and the 50 people that could be sitting beside me, we can all do it. It's not like one out of the 50 of us is going to be picked for that, which is really cool. And then the last level is national vice president, and that's where you're at the top level of the company. You get a larger Mercedes-Benz cash bonus program, and they make about $17,000 a month and up there, which is absolutely incredible. There's no pay ceiling there, so there's no way that you can tap out. You just get to keep growing and growing and growing this. The average time to get there is 4 years, and I always joke about this. I was in university for 4 years, and I came out with a mountain of debt, not a mountain paycheck every single month. So not that I'm not grateful for what I took in school. It's just like if I had made a different choice, 4 years, it goes by just like that. Think of how long people are in school for. Sometimes now, like 8 years just to come out with something. Like, you could do this in 4 years while you're doing that. Like, that's amazing to me. So how do we do this? Really, it's an equal opportunity for everyone. Everyone gets the same startup. Everyone gets the same stuff to start. Everyone has the same 24 hours in the day. It's just what you choose to do with it and how you choose to work your business, and if you choose to give it the right focus. You can't just sign into this business and expect to make money. That's not how it works. You do have to work it. They're not going to give you a Mercedes-Benz for nothing. What I am telling you, though, is that you don't have to work it by yourself, and you don't have to work it crazy hours. So what we do is we stop buying products from a corporation that we currently are. So like I stopped buying makeup at MAC and Sephora. I stopped buying my shampoo at the drugstore, and I started buying everything from my own business at a very good discount. I shop anywhere from 35 to 80% off in my store. So it actually makes it way less expensive than what I was spending before on shampoo. And then I just share and show other people how to do the exact same thing online. And I just continue to share, and I continue to share, and I continue to share. So it starts with me, and I start working about 10 hours a week. It wasn't very much. I started buying stuff for myself, and I started showing other people how they could buy really healthy products for themselves and their families that were safer for them at a great discount from their own store, where they actually got paid to do it. So think about that. When the movie American Sniper came out, I was like obsessed with that movie, and I probably told 30 people to go, and they like literally went to the movie theater that weekend. The movie theater did not pay me to send those people there, and this happens every single day in movie theaters, in restaurants, in stores, in the malls. We're always recommending things to people, whether we know it or not. A great bottle of wine, a great destination place to go for a vacation, where you got your clothes from that day, a cool store you found online. We're always doing that. So now I just get paid to do it for products I really love, that I really stand behind in Arbonne. And I start working 10 hours a week, and this is where exponential growth starts coming in, because someone else decides that they want to build this business as well and do this alongside me very part-time, and they start working 10 hours a week too. So now I'm paid on 20 hours, and I'm only working 10 still. Eventually, over time, 10 people join my business, and now I'm getting paid on 110 hours of work a week for only working 10 hours at my Arbonne business. That's what exponential growth is about, and that's what's amazing about this business. I've leveraged my time. I am not working an insane amount of hours, and I'm getting paid on the efforts of myself and everyone else that's doing this business very small, part-time, very consistently. That's what's really amazing about this business, and that's what I love so much about it. And the beauty about it is if you just stick with it and keep going, you're going to get to the top of this company. You have a 95% chance in network marketing of going to the top of your company by just working this consistently. So I don't know that I'm going to make $50,000 a month. I for sure knew that that was not happening at my day job when I was in the banking industry. I did know, though, that I was going to shower every single day, and so was everyone else I knew. And that to me just seems very smart to do, to get paid to recommend products that people are going to use every single day. I don't need to convince them that they need some wrap for their body or some energy drink or that they need an eye cream. To be perfectly honest, I wasn't passionate about products when I first started this. The amount of products I use now is incredible because I get paid to use them, and why wouldn't I? And they work, and they, make my skin amazing and my hair amazing, and I feel great in them. I wasn't like that before. I didn't even own an eye cream before. So you don't have to be passionate about skincare and passionate about fitness and health and wellness and nutrition to be able to do well at this business. You just have to act smartly about it, right? Like, Arbonne allows you to have other passions and other things in your life. So you could still be passionate about your day job. That's fantastic. I'm really happy for you. Maybe you want to be an actor, or maybe you just really love art. Maybe you love photography and you still want to do that. That's great. Arbonne's the vehicle that's going to be able to allow you to do that. Maybe you want to start a family, or maybe you want to just spend more time with the family you have right now. That's great. Arbonne gives you the time and money to be able to do all of that. It's not that you have to be crazy passionate and super obsessed with Arbonne. It's not about that. It's about, like, this is actually a vehicle for change in your life, and are you willing to take a look at it? So, what I really loved about when I first heard about this business is, if you keep doing what you're doing right now, where will you be in 5 years? For me, sitting at the bank, I was like, oh my gosh, I'll maybe have another week's vacation. I'll have a small pay raise, and all my bills will be way more expensive because I hope to God I'm out of my parents' basement by then. And then what? Like, not much is changing for me, and I have to figure life out with this budget. And then I for sure am going to need a husband because we're going to need two incomes for the house. Like, this is not going to work like this. And then when I have kids, like, I'm not really sure how the hockey schedules are going to go with 9 to 5 jobs and my husband working. Like, I couldn't figure it all out. And with this, it just seemed like I had hope and that there was another way out. And now, 2 years into this business, I mean, the opportunities I've been given and how I've been able to change my life and show others how to do this has been amazing. So I really hope that this helps you. And if you have any questions at all, please reach out to the person who sent you this video. And I really hope that you decide to take a serious look at this and take a serious look at where your life is right now and where you'd really love to be.